Hello, welcome to the very first chapter in the rooms. They're called the rooms because there's 1, 2 in the hallway, this small little flat of mine. But when I'm filming this, if it comes out, everything's went to plan because 2020 has been one of the most unpredictable years for absolutely everybody on the planet. Not one person has escaped this. There's been tragedy, there's been a lot going on. In 2020 to me was mental, to go all the way to New Zealand back to see my family and come all the way around back just before lockdown in the UK. At lockdown, climbed the 4 walls, spent a lot of time cleaning, stuff like that. And one thing I've put off from doing ages is room tours, because at the end of the day, I kind of like my privacy. Some people don't realise that, but I do. And what I've decided to do is do one video in here, one in the hallway. Not much in the hallway really, but again I want to tell a story. Then try and take on Arcadia. So what can you see right now? Now I will be using overlays, and what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do here in that don't be shots. So if you take a look around, you can't actually see everything on this wall. So what you can see, and I'm going to overlay right now, is first up is made by Hurricane Rain, and these are the Mondo 7-inch singles that Brittany got us for Christmas last year. So they were limited from America, customs charge on both of them. As you can see, the poster actually came in a mystery box from For the Love of Horror. Hurricane Rain did an amazing job because the glow in the dark one glows so good but so annoying at night. And as you can see, they are actually signed. They're signed by Tim Capello, I still believe, and Tom G. Mack, Cry Little Sister, who were awesome to meet at HorrorCon. So yeah, hiya, I'm back. The overlay's finished there. So that's it. I'm going to try and do some nice big pictures of what I'm talking about. But yeah, when I went to meet the Lost Boys at the Love of Horror, I took Pacific stuff, and when I got both of them I thought, right, well, that's just perfect, because Cry Little Sister and I Still Believe are the 2 tracks. You've got the artwork, and the choice was there to like maybe do something like that, and getting the poster was just a blessing in disguise, so that's good. This is new. Event Horizon was on there until a recent video it fell off. So again, if you check out the channel, nearly everything you see has its own video or will a debut in some video. And then this room originally, when I moved into it, was just boxes of stuff. I had no idea what was going on in my life at the time. It's make the most of these small rooms. It's like the old house, because when I filmed a lot of stuff in the old house, everything had to be stripped back. I was under contract. I had lots of stuff to fucking jump over hurdles and stuff like that, and the house is bare. A lot of stuff has always been there, but you've just never seen it. Yes, I have gone a bit crazy the last couple of years buying stuff, but I quit smoking, and that's one of the things. Good reminder there, because Matt actually owes me some money for some extra cigarettes. Picked up some cigarettes from Matty last weekend. I was going to his house for a few beers, social distancing and stuff. £13. I was like, what? Like, I mean, I haven't smoked now for like 4 years. I was like, fucking hell, £13, and I was a heavy smoker, man. $20. Well, $20 maybe was over a 24-hour period, you know. But imagine that, man. It's just like, again, I just burn it. I mean, I've got loads of stuff down here. There's literally posters after posters down here, right? I've like all stuff. I mean, it's more recently. That's like the Lost Boys poster. Prayer the Roller Boys. No idea. Hard Rain's down here somewhere. But a lot of that stuff I need to get framed. Now, Hurricane Rain, who did an amazing job of that, who's definitely my framer, is still on furlough, so hopefully he'll be back in action soon. But yeah, this is new. This is a print by Print House in concert. This I Theodora is a show of my show of me travelling all the way around the world. There's 16 episodes, which starts off the year. I'm not being big-headed, like my hat doesn't fit my head. I haven't seen anyone making a reality show around the world in 2020. I'm really proud of it. It has gone right under the radar. It was meant to drop all episodes, but people watch Stranger Things straight away. On the back of the door, Pray the Roller Boys. This is a VHS poster from back in the day. It is one of the weakest. This is my framing, so I've got a real sucker for like going into a charity shop, finding a frame. I love making everything charcoal paint. That's really been my theme of this new house. But this seemed to fit perfect. I can't remember what was originally in here. It might have been these alien prints that fell behind the back of the television, but yeah, Corey Haim, I paid about £12.50 for that. Independent in video. Now originally, if you're looking as well, going away from the poster, I try not to put anything heavy on the door because the door always opens, and I was actually fascinated for a while with the door because I've actually got a massive passion for wallpapering after wallpaper this room, because brick on brick I was like, oh, that'll be mint. And there'll be a few videos of brick on brick and just designing it, but I bought rolls and rolls and really got into it. And for a long time this room was bare. There was nothing up. And again, this room's very, very small. That's my bed. That's my door. Do you know what I mean? I can walk to the telly, I can get my clothes, and I can go. Again, it's more of a transition thing. So back on this wall, you've got the Itiradora, which is the Racket Monster Worker. Again, that's new. Just got it done and framed. Above it, another awesome job by Hurricane Rain. As I say, there's going to be overlays, but this is the Billy Worth post now. I met Billy Worth at HorrorCon. He was a lush guy. He took a picture of my army tattoo of the Lost Boys, and he really, really like had a brief talk to him, you know. And I wasn't really going to meet Billy, I'm sorry, but when I went to the Love of Horror, spending so much fucking money, I mean, again, the group photo, I'll get there in a minute, all this stuff, and you're thinking about what you're going to buy, and again you go to the market, and then you've got all these autographs. You know, Billy, I had something off Billy. I've got a VHS signed by Billy in the room. I'm more than happy with that. And walked along, and I was waiting to meet Alex Winter, and he just walked up and went, and it's on camera because Brittany was filming over my shoulders. He'd, hey man, and he just came over, just full on conversation. And Theo down at Slime House, you know, knows Billy, and Billy was really, really cool, and just started having a full blown conversation in the queue before he met Alex. So Alex was like, what the fuck's going on here? But now he's really cool. So when I was walking around, some guy was selling this Italian print, and it's got even got the numbers like 3-2 like dotted into it. You wanted 11 quid. I was like, do you want 11 quid for that Lost Boys poster? And funny story is, hi Matt Davies, I was trying to get the original VHS poster off Matt Davies because I wanted, I was going to get Kiefer Sutherland to sign that, and Matt Davies wouldn't even budge on £100. That's how much I wanted it. But yeah, they had it. It's obviously got all the Italian logo. And I went back to Billy and says, oh, do you mind signing this? He goes, yeah man, look at this. He was like, this is fucking awesome. He's just fucking class. So Stephen, you missed Death by Stereo, Billy Worth, Dwayne, which I think is fucking cool because that's an original Italian print. Next up, while we're going along the wall, again, how crooked and booked. I had no idea when I got these off Hurricane Rain where the fuck they were going to go. Originally there was some prints on here. I'm trying to remember what else was on this wall. Stuff's moved around quite a bit, but up here still counts. If you can see it in shot, that's what I'm going to talk about. Lost Boys, a tri poster. Now that has been all the way back to when the film first came out. If you go back to my old house when I used to live with Belle, like over 10 years ago, the room used to just be red, and that poster used to be there. There used to be a frame around the poster. That was like, again, going back to the whole copyright stuff. So that's been around for ages now, and I actually framed it recently. It's in glass, and again, crooking the wall up. It's framed. It's got the brick paper behind it, and it's offbeat. It's gonna look weird when it move, and like for the brick effect, I mean, I would love to actually take the brick effect with us, but where it would actually be in the house would be a different story. Because I have enjoyed this. I find it quite peaceful. Down here, you can just see it, so it counts. This has been moved a few times now. Pretty parking. So basically, unfortunately, I lost my granddad about 5 years ago. It's a little over 5 years. And in 1991, I was lucky enough to go to Universal Studios in America with my grandparents. And my granddad, I mean, I got to go on the King Kong ride. I mean, the original King Kong ride. It's just like memories. There's actually a picture of us over there about this, but Freddie's parting down there. It had been in the shed, and it had been there for ages, and it had been sun bleached. And I just remember touching it one day, and it cracked. And I was like, that's got to go. So I brought it in and I framed it up. I was going to give it the brick effect, but it's so frail. I'm happy that it's preserved by glass, and it's something that my granddad, bought. It's not me going, oh, Freddy Krueger. My granddad was called Fred, and I was the only person ever to be able to call him Freddy. Haddock was his nickname, but yeah. So you can just see it. You can just see the edge. Now, I recently spoke to this guy. He's called Tony, and I met him at HorrorCon. And it's a Lost Boys print. It's a Lost Boys and the Frog Brothers, and I really like it. Again, the brick effects down there. It's all edgy and wacky. As I say, I spoke to him recently because he did it. He's got that signed by Corey Feldman and Jameson Newlander, which is pretty cool. Just liked it again. Lost Boys frame. So again, there's loads of posters to be continued down here, but as we go on this wall, this up here is a canvas print of me, used mainly on the podcast, but it's painted art by I'm fucking on a right roll here. I just swore as well. Did I swear? What's going on? By Leonardo Oliver, or Leon. Leon, also known as Blade the Mystic Dragon, who I did the Assassin video for last year. Leon did that, and it's actually printed as well in a glass block that Brit got done. I got one done for my mum, and then as I said, I did it for a video, and I got that, and I put it above the door because I thought if it at least falls off, it's a canvas print. Yes, it's got block wood, but the guy Alex at the Transform Your Image, he does an amazing stuff. But again, you can see it's me actually crouched down in Arcadia, so you got the neon lights, but you can guess where I am. But what no one probably really ever realises, I've got my pyjama top on, even though I'm rocking my hat. So hey, you know. Right, away from that, that's a door inspired by Beetlejuice. So what else can you see? Right, dropping down here, that is a picture of me and the Lost Boys, which again, anyone who did that, it was just amazing. Like, I was waiting in the queue, I had Keith Lemon near us, and everyone's waiting up to go up. I had met, by this point, everyone but Kiefer, and obviously standing there, and I, whoa. So that's my picture of the Lost Boys. Again, Alex from Transform Your Image blew that up. He did an amazing job because it's really light. I know a lot of people had said who got photos that it was quite dark. Again, they did a great job, and it just, again, I didn't know where that was going to go, and it just fit perfect. B&S, Brit and Stephen, bought at a Christmas market. They fell off multiple times. Again, just finding places. Here as well, a shout out to Metal and Island of Danny, and a bearded guy. They sent us these postcards all the way from Ireland, and Godzilla 85 being absolutely awesome. Again, I framed it, painted it, but what was really cool about it, if you look back, I was waiting on something from my friend Mark. He was sending us back a signed DVD, and I did a whole promo about it, and I opened it up and they came out. I totally forgot they were getting sent to me as well, with Danny being in Ireland. Above us, hi to Charlie. I don't know what happened to Charlie, just disappeared off Facebook and all forms of social media one day. That happens. And again, when I left the VHS club, whatever. This is, I mean, it's not my favourite frame. Oh. It's solid glass, it's really heavy. It's something I've been wanting to reframe for ages. It's an original Cuffs video shop post, like Pray the Roll Boys there. Cuffs is one of my favourite Christian Slater films ever. Charlie gave us it as a trade, like when people trade stuff, for a big box VHS of Dream Machine starring Corey Haim, and that's what was awesome about Charlie. He actually sent us another post to a Christopher Lee, that if you check out the Arrow video shop where Theo came down in Sheffield, that's what I gave Theo, because again, Charlie gave it to me, I had no room for it. Theo was opening up a video shop in Sheffield outside the academy, which was absolutely fucking amazing. Thanks for bringing us down there, and check it out again. It's on channels, check it out. But yeah, again, framed. Right, what else can you see? I think that's it for this angle, because you can't see, can you? You can't see it in the frame. So that's pretty much this corner. Again, a lot of memories, a lot of flashes, a lot of backs, Commodores t-shirts. But yeah, pretty much what you're not seeing here: DVD player, VHS player, Sky. I watch more VHS in here than anything else. And then I've got the pile of stuff to watch. And if you're interested, I'm watching Deadwood at the moment, and I've just picked up Blade. This is just the pile. Just again, you know, I'm about to move cameras, so Waterworld's been sitting down there. Waterworld normally lives and has lived in my fish tank, but it's been pulled out for a podcast. Don't chuck stuff on the bed, Stephen, because the camera's on there. Brigsby Bear, recently watched that. It's an amazing movie. That's just that should be filed, but it needs to be kept handy for a review. See, this is the organised pile down here. Sliding Doors, that needs to get filed. I watched it, Brittany watched it. Funny story about Sliding Doors. When I worked on the tournament 13 years ago now, what's his name again? He was an awesome guy. John Lynch, that's his name. We didn't have an actor for the start of the movie to walk in and like have this big house battle with Vin Rhames and kill off JJ Perry. And like, again, check out Baboonery, a Chris Jericho story, because I go fully into this. But the funny story is that the last minute we hired John Lynch, who came in. He was an awesome guy. But until John Lynch was John Lynch in the movie, it was me. And this, if you check out the Baboon, you can see me playing him and stuff like that. But when I seen Sliding Doors, I was like, oh, that's John Lynch, because I'd only ever seen him briefly in The Name of the Father. And he's a really nice guy, and he's really funny, but he's an absolute twat in that. 30 Days a Night, went to watch that the other night. Never got round to it. That needs refiling. Deadwood, absolutely loving this. I keep falling asleep. It's that good. I keep falling asleep because I'm mesmerised by it. But I'm watching that and I'm going to revisit Justified. I'm ranting like fuck, but you know what? The Collection, seen a trailer for that. Sylvester Stallone, it better be better than Backtrace. Lake House, funny story. Rachel, it's one of the old girlfriends who we actually had a house 2 doors down. That's how small this world. That's how small Concert is, considering my dad and everyone else lives in New Zealand. I lent that to her about 6 months ago, and I haven't got it back. And I've seen it for 50 pence, and I go, well, it saves me asking for a DVD over the fence, I guess. And last but not least, Blair trilogy. Just bought that the other day. Right, that ran so that I am actually going to move the camera. Not much of a move after a big rant. Now I'm in here for the moment. I've just filmed my what if video, so I am not part of this room. I will appear in the next video. Go down there. Do not knock that over. Right, so up here, this was insane. Got these from Hex and Market. These are really heavy, and I was like, yeah, I'll put them on the wall. Be no bother. And they've been no bother. They haven't. Again, chalk paint came out. That's slate. It's one of the first things me and Brittany bought together as a couple. It's a slate thing. It's got an out in it. But yeah, I'm surprised that hasn't took the wall off. Up there as well, I forget what these guys are called actually. Carl, my friend Carl's bought actually loads of them. Again, people I met at HorrorCon do amazing prints of stuff. Again, it's all pictures are overlaid. The room's not going to change until I finish this video. Or packed down. It's almost fallen over like. Stay there. But yeah, original Stave Push Marshmallow Man holding them up, trying to anyway. I think he was donated to us by Dan Percy. I had him as a kid, and Dan Percy's a cool cat. He's mental like, but you know, he just give us that one day. Rolling over down to the bottom shelf here, we've got this was given to us for my birthday when I was 21 by my family in New Zealand. How that got all the way here and not been broken. And we've also got the birthday, that is heavily used on this channel. Signed by Corey Feldman. It is so rare for him to sign one of them. If you check out For the Love of Horror, even the review we've done for that, you can see Feldman is totally like, I get a high five off Corey as well. It's cool. You see them, Britton, Corey, me and Corey, and then up there is the birthday from my birthday this year that Britt drew of that cover. Again, 2 birthdays in a row now. Corey Feldman's wished us happy birthday, and it's just like insane to think that ever happened. Up here as well, an original Godzilla, little Toho model as well as Meta Godzilla, and he's a picture of me and my granddad, and I'm actually holding the Godzilla at Universal Studios. So again, you know, there's a lot of love for my granddad. It's actually one of his pens with his name embossed on it, so that's up there out the way. Above that, that was a random buy at Games Galaxy. I just thought it was ridiculously good for like 10 quid, and it's the Punisher shooting somebody on a pinball machine with a grenade in it with the wall, and it never really found a place in the other room. It's just obviously been chucked up there and on a height there, but some of that probably will get showcased more. It would really look good on a shelf, but again, it's just up there out the way. Moving over, as I'm running out of breath, we've got Keith Flint tribute. That is Brittany's. She bought it, and the guy did a Meta Godzilla head in the other room as well. He's a really cool guy. I will apologise in advance if I don't remember any of these guys' names. Is our artists. Again, they've all been featured. As I say, featured all on the channel. Next up, next to him, yes, it is a money box. It's a cast iron money box. There has been a video about that. There is coins in that money box from the early 1900s. As I say, it's a family heirloom. It's been passed down. There's something else what people might find a bit controversial over there, but again, it was my granddad's again, so I try to preserve as much of his stuff as possible, because one day he was just not there, and it was hard. You know, my dad had to come all the way from New Zealand, and there's lots of stuff to sort. and I felt it was my privilege to preserve some of his stuff, you know, some obscure stuff, some stuff that's never going to have answers for. But yeah, next to it is the Brittany's birthday present. It's the War Angel, the one and only Up. Chris did an amazing job of that. He also cursed me to hell for the amount of balloons he had to print on it, paint on it, single-handedly painted by him. On the very top are two weird looking monkeys, Egyptian looking monkeys that we got with a slate. Again, they've just been put up there the way. And an edge art, very popular when you walk past collectibles, and a lot of people have got big gorillas on the tables and you see it, and it's like, it's mainly just driftwood, you know. So I got the dragon because his wing was hanging off, and I got it really cheap, like £20 cheap, like ridiculously cheap, and I glued his wing on, and I've had him, oh, fucking 7 or 8 years now. It's had a long time, and his wing's not fell off yet. Oh, it's cool. Right, whoop, duct tape. Must need duct tape. On this side, you can't see it, but it's on this wall. It's moved quite a few times. It is the Viz annual book sign at HMV. One of my jobs is to look after artists who play and perform in the shops and stuff, and the Viz guys are absolutely awesome. There's a whole video about that on YouTube, and the pens are what the guys use to actually fill in the sign the books. It's really cool because I've got the graphic novels and stuff signed by the guys. Absolutely awesome guys, and the videos, I really look back and love the video as well. Here as well, you've got a painting by Samantha Sunderland. So how can I forget Sunderland? On the YouTube channel, free, Searching for Wicker Man. That's actually used as the poster for Searching for Wicker Man. Actually just blended away. Me and Britt went up to stay at my mum's cottage she's got up there. Yes, my mum lives in England, my dad lives in New Zealand. Mum was raised in Kenya. It's just fucking mental. So we went up there and went around the locations of the Wicker Man, and we met, if you watch it, how we met her was amazing. She was so nice. I hope she's okay. We'll track that down if she's okay, because she's beat cancer twice, like literally, and she was just like, you know, lived life, and she was so inspirational. She opened up the shop, the studio, we went in, and I picked this one. I've got a Wicker Man t-shirt that is hanging and bagging because I wear it all the time. It's falling to bits, but it's so nice material. But she signed it down there. It's on the side and the thing, but it did have glass on and it broke. It broke as I was framing it. I was good, but again, you get some more frames. Right, last but not least, on this side, my voice is going. The clock. The clock. Look, in this clock. This clock. Right. I've had this clock in every single house I've lived in for the last 15 years, easy. And funny story is, it's in every video. It's used in the Castro music video. It's been used in videos as time's passing. It's popped up in there. It's always been the bedroom clock. Like wherever I sleep, I wake up and again, it's my own alarm clock. Wake up in the morning, see what time it is. You know, you got to get out of bed. It's always 10 minutes fast. So like, not Home Alone. One night, we were absolutely smashed in Arcadia, and this is again before lockdown and stuff, and we were just watching loads of other stuff, and I think it was me and Britt, and there was this clip, and it was me and my mum, and my mum asked us to come and help make the bed in the old house. I mean, I must have been about early 20s, and I come in, and I'm like, I'm not going to lie to you, I was high as a kite. Do you know what I mean? I was like, right. And my mum just wanted a hand make the bed, and I stuck the camera in the corner of the room and a fisheye lens, you know, and it captures the whole room. And my dog Jake was coming in. I don't want to actually. There's Jake there. I've always got a picture of Jake somewhere. He's actually on my coaster. I miss that dog so much. And you know, Jake's coming off the bed. Mum wants you to help him make the bed, and I'm like jumping on the bed, and I'm like, I'm not going to help you. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, where'd you get that clock from? And like, I never realised there was actually footage and actually the debut of the clock, and I couldn't stop laughing at it. And no one else found it funny. I'm like, what are you laughing at? I was like, well, I had no idea that the clock had an origin story. And then what's hilarious about that footage is like, after they made the bed, my mum walks out, it's Stephen, there's so much smoke in here, and Jake walks in with his bong stuck in his mouth, and I'm just like, well, what do you say about it? I don't know if that footage has been overlaid. It might have been overlaid, maybe funky enough, but yeah, just life shit happens funny enough. But yeah, that's it for this angle. Again, telly. Didn't go for a massive telly when my telly broke The telly broke about a year ago, so I went for a very wide one for the room, but again, does me. Don't need a surround sound 4K fucking 3-dimensional television, but yeah. Next wall. Ting! Another angle. Right, I've just shut the black blind because, like, if it kept a camera, you know what I meant. You know what people say. Right, this wall is pretty much what I say, the foot of my bed. My bed goes from wall to wall. It's the biggest bed I could get for the room. Pride and Joy. Lost Boys poster, Lost Boys 3, the first. Pre-ordered that from America when the Lost Boys was coming out. It used to be in the old house, and it was up. It's funny stories again like that. It was buried, and when I made the For Love a Horror video, I couldn't find the footage of us when I actually dug it out because I didn't have any poster tubes, and there's a lot of posters on the wall. Like, yeah, they're safe, they're there, and that was there, but it's now been framed. Signed by Jameson Newlander, secondly, but firstly, Corey Haim, so signed by both the Frog Brothers again. I was the first person to meet Jameson at Love of Horror. He was so nice, and like, he was over the moon that I actually brought that to sign. I do think it's crazy the Frog Brothers are back for blood and Jameson isn't on the cover. But yeah, it's at the bottom of the bed. It's just awesome. I'm hoping that maybe some of the other cast maybe do it, but I'll literally be fucking holding it down like that. Underneath here, so this was an old frame, it's glass. Again, I used the brick wall effect. These are from, so that's from the Burbs Waxworks, and I believe that's Waxworks as well, Kong Skull Island. I absolutely love that Burbs cover. I just find it interesting. I had quite a few. I had, because originally I think as well, and it used to be in the wall, if you look back in some of the older videos, I'd done some arty-farty stuff with that and the Darkman and stuff like that. When I was putting the VHS and the DVD, and I had quotations written out like comic books and flipped it around. So I just love that Burbs one. I love the wig, I love the note, I love the bone, I love how it's got Ray out in the gardens, I love how it's got Rumsfeld up on there, it's got Feldman rocking out, it's just fucking class. And then I just love the imagery of Kong. So there was a lot of other ones I was looking through and go, oh, maybe it's that, maybe my Fifth Element one, but they're the two I like being there. So down the side, at the very end of the wall, you can see very top, Glenn Ross. That is the play I went to see and meet Christian Slater back a few years ago now. The play booklet and sign is signed by the cast, which is pretty cool, as well as the original tickets and a pen lid. Now, why is there a pen lid there? Because Christian didn't give us the rest of the pen back. You'll see what Christian signed in there, but yeah, it's all nicely signed. Underneath that is A Turtle of Mine, which is a poem written by my brother Callum all the way in New Zealand. That came in one of my Christmas cards, and Lindley just framed it, and that's been framed like that for ages. I mean, if the ages for moving, it would have been put together with a lot of magazines and stuff, but obviously with I Teodora, that quotation of his became the trailer and obviously appears throughout the show as well. I hadn't seen Callum for 10 years, and that was one of my main reasons back to go to New Zealand. And I absolutely love the kid to bits, and I'm like, I wish I was more of his life, and especially like, it just goes to show that it's a Mason kind of thing, because Sam, his art is amazing as well, so there's definitely something in the Mason gene pool. Right, the last two things here, the Jaws and Rocky McFarlane, very rare 3D dimensional prints. A lot of people don't realise the 3D. It's kind of funky because the shark comes out, you can see the lass underneath, it takes the original artwork and, you know, it just fits symmetrically as well. Rocky as well, I did have a signed Rocky poster by Sylvester Stallone. There's a lot of things that were here that when you separate from somebody, charity shops get a lot of fucking stock. I'm sorry, but no, yeah, the Rocky poster is gone, unfortunately, but it's great to have that. I purchased this off a friend. As I say, they go for quite a bit. I do like them again. I think once there's a bit more room, there'll be a bigger Jaws display because I've got some quite funky stuff by Jaws, especially a Steven Spielberg one when Steven's spelt wrong. Crime. But yeah, we're going to talk about that wall next. Right, here I am on the bed. Not much to see. Normally controls. Right, picture of Sam, Callum and my dad. It's there and it's all nice. That's really when I roll over at night time and I can see the reflection of the telly. For some reason I either flat out watch a film or like that, or I need to turn over. The one-armed man, right? Why is there a one-armed man there? It's like a statue. I mean, literally, right? This is so heavy, you could kill somebody with that, right? I have no idea. Again, my granddad, right? When I was sorting his house out, and the gas meter underneath the stairs, I always remember as a kid there was like a guy in there, and I totally forgot about it till I like unearthed where the gas meter was, and there was this guy with one arm. I was thinking, what the fuck is that? And obviously, I can't ask my granddad where it came from. And he just ended up in the room, and I thought, well, you know, one armed man there. Tree, only tree at the end. My mum bought us that for Christmas. And at the very end, you've got Godzilla, which is a present of Brittany. There's a few teddy bears knocking around here. Mainly Brittany's, like Odell. Odell's fucking the best fucking pillow ever, that. That's one of the first things I bought Brittany. Oh, you're gonna have to get another washing machine soon. Well, there's always these are just wedged in the corner for extra bedding. That's a limited edition Build-A-Bear. You could only get them online. It's an official Build-A-Bear one. I don't know if there's anything else down here. Oh, a Pumba. Fucking no idea where he's came from. Fucking. Honest to God, I'm not looking forward to moving this bed. But yeah, there's loads of weird shit. This is Brittany, bless her, just sitting out in the hallway. Just reading a book, bless her. But yeah, at the very end as well is the Kong light, which lights up quite often, but normally when you do need it on, you need to plug your phone charger in. But again, it's like you get this stuff, you think, when are you fucking going to put that in just the room of bulbs? Right, I've got one more corner left, but while I'm sitting here, Tombstone poster. That is an original VHS Laserdisc coming soon poster. That is signed by Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott and Bill Paxton. God bless Bill Paxton, fucking amazing actor. But yeah, if you know the origin story about that, it's tremendous. That is actually been reframed. Originally, it was in the Lost Boys frame, as you've seen before. I actually took that out because they're American sized frames. I would love to know where the person got it from. So that was originally in there, and the Rocky poster I just talked about was in one of them as well. So they were like a 2, and I got it in a boot sale at CM, mental. I've got a mini, mental. But I looked at the frame, got it for a £5, and when I got it back again, it's in one of the videos. It just looked like an Egyptian picture, like a print, and when I opened it up, it was actually a painting on rolled wood. You know, when you get loads of wood together and someone had painted on it. So I just literally flipped that over, and that's actually still in the frame. But it's a nice little gem that I can't part with it. Because loads of people, oh, you need to see authenticity. I was like, have you seen that? That was clearly someone's pride and joy. There's a fast forward review on the channel. If you watch that, you'll get the origin story about how that happened, and also see my review for Tombstone. Right, last bit of the room. Right, it's the last bit of the room. Not much to see here, really. Dougal Green Dog. I've had that teddy bear since I was born. People are like, what the fuck's that? Unfortunately, Auntie Mary died this year. Auntie Mary has a son called David who I'd worked with, and you know, he's an older cousin. She definitely inspired me a lot of ways to have good things to do. But this was passed down as a kid, and my mum said she was going to pimp him and resurrect him. So it was a pet goal, but I actually dug him out for Theodora as well. Obviously there's a group photo of my Auntie Mary just before she died, so that was my little tribute to her. Picture of me and Brit in New Zealand. Pennywise balloon, plugs in a USB stick. It's never really found a home. Ned's puppet that I bought in Mocha Waker. Ned still needs to pick that up. Again, Brittany just invades. Little Dumbo. Used to be up there, fell off. Pumpkin. It's been around for ages. These are just really storage. Stuff that hasn't seen a light of day for ages. Mainly older clothes or stuff that's just framed away. Again, it's a really cold corner as well. Used to have the wall is painted grey. Along the bottom line are books I've read, proud of. I've read them. Massive fan of Brian Freeman. Getting replies off Brian Freeman, almost becoming a little pen pal for a couple of years. Brian Freeman was awesome because I love the Jonathan Strides. Paul Finch is on there as well. I Am God, Beneath the Dark Eyes, Abominable. That was fucking mental. Again, a lot of these have had like book reviews, but I don't read that much. I was lucky enough to get Brian Freeman's new book in Nelson at the start of the year, and I just haven't had time to read. The book at the very end is one of my granddad's books, random as hell. I've used books to put up the shelves. So up here, we're almost there. The X-Files, hi Carl, hi Paul, I wouldn't believe it's there. These are stuff I need to watch, so keep myself organised. So the stuff I buy goes up there to watch, so you'll have a look of, you've got Nicolas Cage and Christian Slater films up there at the minute with like stuff like Bad Boys, Free, Snowpiercer, stuff I've bought I haven't had to watch yet. TV shows I've dug out and trying to like work my way through it and stuff like that, but I put them on the shelves, and the night times I need to watch something, or I'm starting something, right, get that watched. Because up there is a thing called The Hunted. It was in the sale for £1. I bought it 10 years ago. It's Blu-ray, it's never been opened. So I was like, right, you're going on the shelf to watch them, and it's still there. But yeah. There's a couple of magazines, like Empire magazines or Folklores. And then behind, you can just see it. It's framed. It's two again video shop posters, and it is Airheads and Voodoo. I love Airheads and Voodoo. Corey Feldman poster, fucking rare as shit because it's a UK release one as well. Now, last but not least, he's right in the top corner. He doesn't really have a name. I'll tell you what they are actually. Anyone knows what Lee's Takeaway in concert? They give us that the day they shut. That's so random. But in the top corner is a black mannequin with a white face, with red lipstick and a Santa Claus hat on. Again, my granddad, I love him and I totally miss him. I have no idea. Like, I deliberately found it in his room and I was like, well, okay. And it just stayed, so yeah. I find it funny. I don't find it offensive or anything like that. I just find it at different times and different places, but yeah. Again, there's a couple of memory books on there and stuff like that, but that is the bedroom, and I bet you think, what the fuck? I mean, there's countless like N64s and stuff like that under the bed, hidden away, but again, I'm doing this, and if it's released and you see this, it's fine. You know what I mean? I don't live anymore. But again, no, I like looking back and like you see pictures or you see IDG rooms and stuff, and like I just, you know, just want to capture the stuff the way it is, you know, because you never know what's really going to happen. One day you're going to change, you're going to move. You might sell something. I mean, I wouldn't fucking sell that, but again, it's, yeah, it's one of those things. So yeah, the outtake will be me in the hallway. That's the title of this video. My TV got Skyneted. Fuck! Yeah, my TV got Skyneted. This is heavy as fuck. I've got a heavy hernia.
Yes, man! Fucking get in! Go on, you! Leave it in. Fucking rights. Fucking rights!
Why is it always me who breaks the light? It's another light. It looks like it goes... No. I didn't break this. So I just woke up. And now the suitcase is still exploding. So yeah. And I got some theme music on. This is my bedroom. And this is the first thing in the morning. This. Oh. Put my suitcase in the wrong place, like, haven't I? Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, draw a door, knock 3 times, get out. Right, let's find out what's on this. It's definitely a VHS. I have no idea what this film is.
The Land of Faraway. Fucking hell, it looks awesome.
Christopher Lee.
I vaguely remember this film. Like, there's a dude that's in a bottle and he drops the bottle and this guy comes out like a genie.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna
hanging off his fucking beard.
That's a sick poster.
Well, that's for the shop.
That's
as well.
We can put that up as
Yeah,
well.
sure,
Okay,
sure.
thank you, brother. Fucking
Yeah.
awesome, mate. That's my shit. Look at that. That's what goes on in my head. That's why I don't like mix with the world very good, because that's the world I want to live in. Shit.
I'm on the bed. What? Jesus Christ, when did you get that? It's fucking huge! Here's an outtake for you. The one-armed man is holding the camera, that's why it's Dutch. There's a couple of things I wanted to point out because I've totally missed something. One thing I want to point out is why do I have binoculars on my windowsill? Not for like spying at my neighbours or anything. I just thought they were pretty cool there after I did the window review. You check that out. That was pretty cool and locked down to do that review. And they've just been sitting there, but I'm guessing if anyone was watching that video and go, fuck me, well, that guy creeping on us. Because obviously, if you see the rear window, you can see the extent of my garden, which is a bugger to maintain. Look at the size of that tree, man. But anyway, what I did miss out was this. Now, unfortunately, that has succumbed. I've just been on the windowsill. As I said, there's been a massive damp problem in this house. And I just found this quite quirky in a charity shop. And it actually fit the colour tone of the bed in the room. And again, just a little ornament. Now, I paid £1 for it, and on the back, it's got $85. It's actually fucking hell. Now, I will kit this with us, but as I say, it's some Succumb for the Entrance. But it's hand signed by Atom. So yeah, it's some kind of weird sculpture by Painsmith. Painsmith, missed the T out of that. And ripped the side off it, yeah, but give it a little bit of justification. But again, it's just a windowsill. I've really struggled with this house with damp. So hopefully with a new house I won't have damp. Fucking creepy neighbours. Fucking takeaway people who can't find the fucking house. It's the worst place to live for a takeaway. But yeah, next outtake. Hello, right, okay, there's going to be one more outtake. It's last night I spent the entire night editing this video from scratch, adding all the overlays in, additional footage, digging through the past. Some of the things I was just like, when did I decorate this room? And I was just like, what video was it? And oh god, I was playing the wormhole chasing game, having a couple of beers, and it got to the point where the video was finished. I watched it and I enjoyed it, and then I thought, well, there's a couple of things I kind of missed, and I'm not talking about the slab of stone that you've just seen. I'm talking about the pillowcases, like for example, Corey Feldman. That's Corey Haim, that's Corey Feldman. I've been doing that so much recently. I seen in the pop vinyl video, yeah, Corey Haim's up there. I see, fucking hell. I'm a huge fan of the two Corys, and even I get them mixed up. Jimson Newlander as well. They're from The Love of Horror, pretty cool. There's two, and there's one of the Brogues, the Lost Boys, Brooke Kiefer, Billy and Alex on there, so they're just really cool. Brittany picked them up. When I was going through the video as well, I was just like, right, well, I haven't left enough time. Should Billy Worth be in the video? Now, Billy Worth is over the top of me right now. When I met Billy Worth, he is such a cool cat. Hey, man. And hiya, I'm back. And I was going through it, and I was just like, well, when I'm talking about all these people, I was just like, well, no, not really, because, again, check out the channel. If you want to see Christian Slater, check out Welcome to London. If you want to see the Lost Boys thing, there's a Lost Boys video, and there's also For the Love of Horror as well. So everything you really see has its place, has its own video. Again, going back to the whole clock, there's always an origin story as well. Now, as well as going down as well, I want to point out the X-Files. There's an overlay there. That's a picture I took and I didn't really justify it. I'm a massive fan of the X-Files. I've spent the last year going through the entire series from episode 1 all the way up to the new ones. All of them are like review randoms, and that's where it's, I mean, such a big box. Going back to one of the reasons I hate Savvy, it's the X-Files box set. Britcott is a cup, I Want to Believe, and that VHS of The Simpsons I've had for ages. I love The Simpsons. I'm always playing The Simpsons Tapped Out. But yeah, that's where my X-Files lives, and I'm actually reading Brian Freeman's new book. That's not a cheap plug. I'm up to chapter 9. Awesome Jonathan Stride collection. Now, one of the things that bugged us last night, and it didn't really matter because at one point you see it and all that, the bed. The bed is such a massive part of the room. There's nothing on the ceiling in here. It's only one. There's been a couple of times, I think, a couple of quad posters up there. It's like gridded from that. Yeah. The bed, and I was like, right. It's always either a black sheet, and then the reserve one, while it's getting changed, is a rainbow coloured one, which you can see in a few videos. Nice and colourful, but I like the black vibe on it. And about 5 years ago, here's a funny story. When my life changed and I was doing a whole bit of remodeling in the old house, sort of went grey walls and stuff. The grey, I think the dark cream. I don't know what I was going for, and wanted rid of the bed sheets. And my mum was massive helpers at this point. She was walking the dog, feeding the cat and stuff like that. And I said to her, oh, can you look for some bed sheets for us? At this point, stuff like Wilco wasn't on the corner from work and stuff like that. And I was just like, I just want some basic bed sheets to match the room. And I spent ages painting the room and all that, and I remember coming in after work, and it was a long day at work, and I always had laminate flooring in the old house, and I always used to work my way around. You know, I used to love that thing. Went upstairs, literally switched the light on, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, literally, and I was like, what the fuck? And my mum had fucking, like, literally not only bought this bed, and she had made the bed for us, and I was just like, and I was knackered, and it was probably one of the best night's sleep ever, but it was just totally like, totally a mother trick. And I was like, did you buy us a serious one? She's like, no. So I've put it on the bed today so you guys can see it. So ding, yes, it's exactly what it is. Cue the overlay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sweets from Carl's. Just chucked that across the bed. Yeah, came in and that was just blatantly done. I was just like, what the fuck? Massive fan of the Turtles as a kid. I was actually sitting with my mum and my auntie, one of my little cousins, Morgan, and they were talking about times when you think you were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know, going around the woods like a stick. But yeah, I've actually cleaned all them posters up, that's why that was so easy to get. And this is just a coincidence, this is actually on the floor. So yeah, look at this one. Yeah, massive fan of Donatello. But I couldn't, like, it totally cheers up, but I've only just put that on just for the video. And one more outtake the hallway, but thank you very much for watching this room tour video. The bedroom, the next one is the hallway, and I'm still dreading Arcadia. See you in the next bit. So the next video will be very short because it's just the hallway. I'll get the lights off so you don't know what it is. There's a couple of things, you know, there's 4 walls. There's 4 walls, there's some interesting stuff, but this is the hallway to the stairs, to the toilet, and the kitchen. There's nothing much in there, so I'll see you in the next video.